What's going on, guys? Duelim here, backing in with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Guardian's initial release, all the T4s you need to know, and have his ISO 8 class, those new premium milestones for buying Guardian and if it's worth it. And we're also going to be talking about how to get some free red gear. So if you're ready, let's get into it. All right, kicking off the video, we're going to be talking about Guardian, and I know I went out of order and talked about Sasquatch first, but everybody was hating on him, and I wanted to give him some love. So now we're going to talk about Guardian. His basic is going to be Bulwark Strike, and this is just applying defense down, doing some damage, gaining regeneration, and the T4, kind of useless, honestly. 90% damage, He doesn't have that high a damage stat, because guess what? He's a brawler. I thought he was a protector. My bad. Maybe if his damage stat is high enough, but I doubt he's going to be lacking in damage, so it's kind of meh, honestly. His special, Confident Flurry. So we've got apply defense down to primary and adjacent, apply offense up to self and all allies. This is in all game modes as well, which is kind of interesting. And his T4 is going to be just 40% extra damage, which is not much. His basic T4 was what, 90%? Yeah, 90% extra damage. But applying defense down for 2 turns, again, kind of meh. I mean, maybe you'll need the extra defense down if your team is a lot smaller and you have issues clearing those raid nodes, because that's going to be the primary focus of building this team, honestly. The ward defense side of it is to me. So maybe if you need the extra defense downs, you can kind of see, I can kind of see this being a thing. It also can't miss and cannot be blocked, which is a pretty cool effect. And it's primary and adjacent, so it's putting defense down on up to 6 characters. So that's pretty nice. For the ultimate, flipping immunity on the primary target, attacking primary and adjacent targets for piercing damage, and bonus attack primary and adjacent targets for extra piercing, and then extra focus for this attack. It's unavoidable as well. The ult, or the T4, is another 60% piercing. I mean, it's very meh. Like, these T4s are not like kit defining. It's just a lot of damage. And if you're lacking on damage, I feel like this is where you should put your luxury T4s first, honestly. On his special and his ultimate. If you have leftover T4s for this team, I would say put them on the special and the ultimate first to get some extra damage. But other than that, his passive, so essentially gaining extra health for Alpha Flight allies, but then also on his T4 on spawn, 10% of this character's max health is barrier in raid, and then in raids, and award defense if the character is not exhausted, while this character has regeneration. This character and all Alpha Flight allies gain 50% armor. So regeneration is a part of his basic attack. So him having regeneration means everybody's going to get 50% armor, which essentially makes them 50% tankier, which is really nice. So you can make a case for him being Striker, honestly, because you want him Striker attacking and gaining a bunch of regenerations, because that means he's going to always have that extra armor to himself and his whole team, which is going to make them way tankier, especially if you've got lower stars on them. So there's a case to be made for Striker, but you got to remember, his ult is primary and adjacent. His special is also primary and adjacent. And his basic, I think, is just primary target, but it's also chaining. So all of his abilities hit multiple targets, right? So you can make a case for Raider. My argument here is put Striker on him, because those regenerations are going to be so much more impactful to make sure the team is tankier and has way more survivability. Because I feel like if you put Striker on Guardian, you have to put either Raider or Skirmisher on North Star and flip-flop. If you put Raider on Guardian, you need North Star as a Striker. But remember, North Star as a Striker, all he did was apply trauma with that ISO basic safety assist. So it was kind of meh. So I'm going to prefer Striker on him, and North Star is a Raider, because, again, North Star is going to go before him. So he's going to have all those Raider vulnerables up, and then Guardian will go at 120 speed, and Guardian will be able to put those the basic ISO assist on him and get those extra regens out and get that extra 50% armor for himself and his team to make them way tankier right out the gates, to make sure you're able to get through those alpha flight nodes at low star levels, hopefully the lowest investment possible. We're going to see how it does on the live server, because we don't trust the test server anymore, because Spider Society in CC defense, yeah, we all remember that, don't we? Sorry about that. But that's going to be Guardians, Essential T4s, and ISO 8. So let's get into our next topic of the video. Next up, we're going to be talking about these premium milestones for purchasing Guardian. And the easy way to read these are going to be essentially take off a 0 from the milestones, and that's going to be the real US dollar amount on what it would take to finish it. And that's right, $350 to complete this, which is essentially buying all the characters offers to get him to a 7-star. This is hot garbage, honestly, and this does not, I don't think, makes anybody want to spend. And in fact, I know somebody who used to spend on characters and doesn't anymore, and they said this does absolutely nothing to make them want to spend on characters. And the reason why they stopped is because of the 4-month farmability promise that Scopely made. So the fact that this doesn't move the needle for them, I feel, is an absolute failure. And the other kind of player that I'm talking about is going to be somebody who is already going to buy this character, but might want to buy a little bit more to get the next milestone. I've also talked to someone who does that, and they said, no, this will not influence my spending habits whatsoever. These rewards are terrible, and they do absolutely nothing to make me want to spend more. So, unfortunately, the rich who are already going to spend on 7 yellow anyway are just going to get slightly richer, but honestly, these rewards are terrible. I mean, yeah, it's some red gear, cool. It's what, 7 mega gold orbs, a 2 diamond on a character that they already have 3 diamond on, and 15 crimson gear raid orbs. And we get 10 a day from our raids. So like, meh. And then a little bit of extra shards for North Star and Guardian, but like, nothing impactful, honestly. I don't think this is any bit worth it whatsoever. So this is going to be kind of a non-event for me. I don't really care. This gives me no incentive to spend on any character ever, let alone a war defense team that you gave raid tags to just so that people would spend more on them. It's at best. But on a brighter note, we can talk about the next coming out milestone event that is going to be started by the time this video goes live, but it has not started yet at the time of recording it. And this is going to be finding the green Pride Stone and the black Pride Stone. And we're going to get some more free crimson gear. That's right. 5 astral energy to be used for Apocalypse, or maybe if you were debating taking Icarus to Cosmic, you could take Icarus up, which is really nice. And then 90 of these spliced X genes, which is the origin piece that we need the most of. So I'm good with this. This will actually get me to take my Nightcrawler to G19, which is pretty awesome. And then we all need Crimson Basic Catalyst. That's the kind of the lifeblood of red gear. But yeah, some other free goodies, some character shards for characters that are nowhere near in the meta, so Ultimus Food essentially. Some good goodies for early game players. If you're still chasing APOC, you're getting some great mutant gear here, which is really nice. I'll take that. If I'm not mistaken, this is the gear 18 piece. So this is going to be for Super Scroll, actually. So if you're still chasing Super Scroll, that's pretty awesome. Nothing wrong with this whatsoever. At this time, I do not know where the rewards are going to be coming from. But last time, remember, it was in the Friday free claim. So make sure you go claim the Friday free claim. And then the other one was in a campaign node. And the way I was able to find this the easiest is just look for any of the campaign nodes that have the bonus on them. And then you'll hit go. And then essentially any of the numbers that are lit up and then have the exclamation point, you can look in the nodes that say bonus here, and you could see if it has it. These say bonus now because they're city characters, and city characters have double shard drops right now. But that's going to be the best way that I can recommend to finding the Pride Stones. I'll probably put a comment or something in the description down below on where they actually are so you guys can find them a little bit easier. But that's going to be my first recommendation on where to find them at this time for some free red gear. All right, that's going to be it for this one, guys. We got some free Crimson gear coming. We have some premium milestones that mean absolutely nothing to most of us. And we also have Guardians, ISO 8, and Essential T4s, which looks like it's just going to be the passive. Unless you need more damage, then you need the ultimate and the special. But it seems pretty straightforward. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys got some value from it. But until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, y'all.